Some NASA astronauts and their families say they are outraged with Beyonce over a 6-second audio clip that you're about to hear. It's part of a song on her new album. The audio starts off on a black screen. Take a listen.
Flight controllers here looking very carefully at the situation. Obviously a major malfunction.
What you just heard was the voice of Steve Nesbitt, NASA's public affairs officer back in 1986 during the Challenger explosion. He said, quote, "Flight controllers here looking very carefully at the situation. Obviously a major malfunction." The Challenger exploded 73 seconds after liftoff from the Kennedy Space Center in Florida back in 1986 on a very cold day. All 7 crew members on board were killed. A former NASA employee says Beyonce's, quote, "choice of historic and solemn audio is inappropriate in the extreme." Beyonce has responded saying, quote, "My heart goes out to the families of those lost in the Challenger disaster. The songwriters included the audio in tribute to the unselfish work of the Challenger crew with hope that they will never be forgotten." Joining us now on the Fox News deck is Kennedy, host of The Independents on the Fox Business Network. So what do you think about that? Is this just a simple mistake or a crass misuse of some pretty awful audio?
I don't think it's really either. I think her point as an artist is to transport you. And I think music, when it's done right, has that effect. At times it can be shocking. I'm certain that when she set out to do this, she wanted to give people a clip of something that they heard and that they knew and that would be evocative, that would, provide an emotional response. And she did that at the beginning of a love song. And when you take it in that context, it's really kind of stunning.
But a lot of the fan base that buys Beyonce's music wasn't even alive at the time the Challenger exploded.
Then what a wonderful thing for people to say, oh, what is that sound clip from? You can say, well, in 1986 there was a horrible tragedy and there was a teacher on board and it changed the way that a lot of people viewed the space program in this country, and it certainly changed the shuttle program.
Yeah, I mean, until that point, we thought space flight was routine, had become routine. That's part of the reason they put NASA put a teacher on board.
Yeah, no, they thought it was completely safe, and they really had to deconstruct the entire program from that point on. And it's interesting because it's one of those moments where people knew exactly where they were when they found out the Challenger had exploded upon liftoff.
Yeah.
And I remember going back to my junior high and all the teachers, all the women in school were just sobbing. And it was such a profound moment.
Well, because there was a teacher on board, there were so many students and young children
glued
watching.
To that, yeah.
But what about her response that it's a tribute to the brave men and women of NASA? Does that ring true to you?
No, I don't think that when they were producing the track, I don't think that when she wrote it or whichever producer, when they chose that clip, I don't think they were proactively trying to pay tribute to that mission. But, it's a nice pat thing to say when there's some controversy that erupts. Just be honest. Just say, no, we wanted people to have a strong emotional reaction. This is a love song. And sometimes that's what artists do. They push the boundaries, and occasionally they go too far. And, I don't want to take anything away from the families who are still mourning or from the brave astronauts who risk their lives going and viewing into the heavens. I think that's a profoundly beautiful thing.
Yeah. You can catch Kennedy on the Fox Business Network. Thank you.